Our correspondent Meghna Dev joins us from Vadodara. Meghna, it is a very important day there in Vadodara. The Prime Minister and the visiting dignitary will together inaugurate. Meghna, are you there with us? Yes. Both of them will inaugurate the important facility of C295. We've given a broad outline of how crucial is it, but further elaborate for us how far it further strengthen the India-Spain ties, and also what does it mean for the progress India has made in the aviation sector.
Absolutely, and when we see that this is going to be India's first such manufacturing in the aviation sector, and when we also see that Airbus Spain is involved for the manufacturing ahead, 16 out of the 56 aircraft that were to be that the supply for the contract for which was made between Ministry of Defence and Airbus Defence and Space Spain. 56 aircraft C295 were to be supplied to India. 16 were to be brought in flyaway condition to India, and 40 are to be manufactured in India. Now, out of those 16 which were to be brought from Spain, already quite a number of aircraft have arrived here, and 6 C295 are already in, have been inducted in the 11th Squadron of the Indian Air Force in Vadodara. Now, we also see that the 40 C295 aircraft that are to be manufactured here at this TASL facility, which is a Tata Advanced System Limited facility. The first is expected to come out by 2026, and the remaining 39 are expected to come out by 2031. So we definitely see that in the aviation sector, this is going to be a very important, breakthrough that India is making with this FAL inauguration, the assembly line inauguration. Parts of which, majorly parts of which will also be made in India. Also importantly, one aspect is that this will add to the fleet, the transport fleet of the Indian Air Force. This aircraft will be able to help for tactical missions. It's a very versatile aircraft. Besides that, it will stand very firm as a strong example of what a self-reliant India mission is, what the Make in India mission is. Having said that, I am currently at the Lakshmi Vilas Palace. Behind me, you will be able to see this heritage building, and this building is the place where Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President of the Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, will be holding delegation level talks. We know that the trade relationship between the two countries are robust and growing. The bilateral trade is standing at $9.9 billion in 2023. India's exports are around 7 billion and imports are around $2 billion. We also see that Spain is the 16th largest investor in India, and when we are also talking about the number of companies, the number of Spanish companies that are Indian companies that are in Spain are over 200, and around 80 Indian companies are there in Spain. So now, mostly when we're talking about the companies which are working here in India are in the metallurgical sector, are in the highways, tunnels, metros, all of that. But the Indian companies which are working in Spain are mostly in the IT sector. So definitely a very important time for the kind of review for the bilateral ties, because this visit, a visit of the President of the Government of Spain is coming after 18 years. And for President Sanchez, this is his first visit to India. So it definitely is an important visit. We will be able to see a few MOUs also being signed. We'll have to wait for the meetings, the delegation level talks to take place here at the Lakshmi Vilas Palace in Vadodara.
Right.
And we'll be able to divulge in more details about the MOUs and the delegation level talks that will be taking place today.
All right. MOUs will also be signed. Both the leaders will also be holding bilateral talks. Meghna, you also told us about the trade ties, strong trade ties between the two countries. Get us more as to what are the other areas through which the partnership could further be strengthened. Both the leaders will be holding bilateral discussions. MOUs will be signed. Elaborate more on this.
Very importantly, IT sector is one of the most promising sectors. We have agri-tech, biotech. So most of the cooperation, if we see, is expected to happen in the tech sector. Besides that, when we are actually seeing the pharmaceutical sector, because India's export to Spain now also consists about a lot of pharmaceuticals. India's exports also are in the logistics sector. So that is a very important aspect that is between medicines, agri-tech, biotech. These are some of the important aspects when we are talking about the relationship, when we are talking about the trade. We are also actually seeing that the diaspora, Indian diaspora in Spain, is about 75,000 strong. So people are there in Madrid, in Canary Islands, these places. Mostly the Indian diaspora is there. They are also working there in different sectors. So when we're talking about this relationship, this bilateral cooperation, it is an important time to actually take stock of the cooperation, probably get in new areas of cooperation. We have been seeing that India has been time and again pushing for more tech-based cooperation with different countries, especially when we are talking about the European Union. We are also talking about the European Union. We are talking about FTA with the European Union. A lot of things are already in the pipeline. But when we actually see the tourism sector is important, we will be able to see that President Sanchez will be meeting with the film industry in Mumbai. After Vadodara, his next leg of the visit is in Mumbai. So he will be meeting people from the film industry. We know that Spain is one of important destinations for shooting for Bollywood films, Indian films. So that is going to be an important aspect. Probably it will give more, we can say it will give more acceleration to what already existing investments are there in the film industry sector. People going for filmmaking in Spain. Besides that, he's meeting industrialists. He's also meeting think tanks in Mumbai. So when we actually see, it's not just government to government level talks that will be taking place here in Vadodara, but the next leg of President Sanchez's visit will also encapsulate him meeting think tanks, meeting industry leaders, meeting the people from the film industry. So tourism and culture and Bollywood and film industry will also be one important part of what this visit of the President of the Government of Spain will encapsulate.
All right, Meghna, we'll leave it here. We'll come back to you again during the day. Thank you so much for joining in with those